Hi there everybody, and thank you for watching my video tutorial on doing an expressive painting of a still life. Common to this style is strong bright colours, defined brushstrokes, rough texture, lots of layers and undefined edges. Prepare your surface with a coating of gesso and a light wash of any colour that you choose, and then go to your original image and isolate the areas of dark, mid and light values so that you can easily see where to lay out your colours on your main piece. You can see here how I set out my colour palette, and you can do the same. Starting with your dark colours, you'll then lay in these colours in flat, wide brush marks onto the surface of your canvas. The next layer is to add your mid values. So for me, this was my reds and my oranges, and I've just looked at my reference image and I've built up over the top of my dark areas, my mid areas. I've also decided to do my background at this point. You can start to do that anywhere that you like. After working in your mid and your dark tones, it's time to add in your brightest areas. So this is your light tones. So for me, this was my yellows, my pinks, my light blues. And again, I'm just constantly using wide, solid brush strokes to fill in these areas. And I'm angling them to give a round appearance. So I'm looking at the planes of the shapes that I'm using. Just continue on doing this, working backwards and forwards between all of those different values and to build up your forms. Probably about 3/4 of the way through the painting, I'm starting to add in details. So I'm going to add in the apple stems here. I'm also going to start looking a little bit more details at edges and the highlights of my apple as well. So the very brightest areas of my still life piece. I'm also going to go in and build up some of the shadow areas and continue working into my background. So finally, it's now about adding the final details in. So for this, I'm literally dragging my brush very flatly with just little bits of paint on it. It's almost like a dry brush technique, just to pick up the surface texture of areas. And I'm doing this with a bright pure red, some light pink and some pale yellow to bring in those highlights. I've also ended up finishing up the painting by defining my edges and my shadows a bit more and just putting a light outline around some of parts of my apple just to bring them out a bit more. So overall, I'm really happy with the results of this. I think there's lots of layers of colours. They really vibrate against each other and still manage to show the texture of this technique and style of painting. So give it a go and see if you enjoy it as much as I did.